In October, Giorgia Meloni became Italy's first female prime minister. Her election campaign promised that Italy would not be afraid to stand up to its partners in the European Union and would block illegal immigration across the Mediterranean Sea. Her coalition was sworn in as the country's most right-wing government since the end of fascism. Within days of taking office, the government began to implement a selective landing policy, applying tougher measures to NGO rescue boats in the Mediterranean, blaming them for being a pull factor for migrants. Many search and rescue boats were left stranded out at sea, denied access to Italian ports. Others could dock, but only vulnerable people were allowed to depart. German NGO Mission Lifeline runs the Rise Above rescue boat.
How many children?
At the beginning of November, they rescued 89 people off the coast of Malta. 11 requests to dock were turned down by Italian authorities. Its passengers, including pregnant women, were left waiting at sea for 5 nights on the 25-metre boat.
The right-wing parties always use the NGOs as enemies for getting more voters for them. For people we rescue means that more people will die because we are not there, but they will come anyway. And the only thing you can change is you can make it more dangerous for the people, but there's no way to stop this.
Eventually, the Rise Above docked in Calabria on Italy's southern coast. The Ocean Viking, another boat crewed by a French NGO, was turned away from all Italian ports. Meloni prematurely announced it had been given permission to dock in France, sparking a diplomatic row. EU law on asylum has remained a grey area for a number of years. Italy's government argued that other EU states should take responsibility for ships bearing their nation's flags and for a greater distribution of migrants across the bloc. It's a tactic she is expected to pursue further in 2023.
Meloni is not going to challenge the migration issue directly in Brussels, but more perhaps as a confrontation between her, let's say, corresponding leaders, perhaps in France or in Spain. The legal framework is extremely ambiguous and is extremely convenient for, not just for Giorgia Meloni, but for many European conservative politicians to keep things as they are right now.
The Meloni government has taken a more conservative approach to social issues than the previous 2 Italian administrations. Next year, experts say she could be influential in shaping right-wing values and policies within the European Union on multiculturalism, the traditional family, and immigration.